Way or another. Let's go. Cowboy Nation. Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Appreciate everybody that jumped in. Be sure to hit that like, share this content, let a friend or neighbor know where to go. If they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Let's go. I hope all is well. I hope the daylight saving time for your mom. It's not hurting you. With objective analysis, the heart, soul, and sinew of this team. We're in the month of free agency. The new year kickoff. Wednesday, let's go. Yup. They say, ain't no party like a Law-Nation party. That's what they say. Come on. Appreciate those who follow the channel. Thank you for the positivity. Let's go. Baby. Yeah. Come on. Tell that like button to lean forward just a little bit. Come on. Watch it chip. Hey. Oh. Let's go. Name. Law-Nation. Hey. Yo. All right, everybody. I thank you for jumping in. As we talk about the Cowboys news and information that rules the nation, one thing that I can tell all of you all, that this team last season was 12-5, and that is now the floor. and we're looking to be better. Now, we lost some soldiers already, right? But we're going to gain some more, and that's casualty in war, right? And that's how this thing rock. I really appreciate you guys. We're going to get it out of the mud one way or another, right? So my name is Law Nation, and we are here live at Law Nation Studios, brought to you by yours truly. All right, so with that being said, news and information saying that the Jones family will allow the guys that's on the free agent market to go test the waters, to go seek if they can find other teams that's willing to pay them more than Dallas Cowboys asking price. And then if they want to leave, then they can. Or if they want to come back and say, hey, this is what Denver offering me, right? And this is what the Seattle Seahawks is offering me. Are you willing to match it? That's what they are doing with the guys that's left. Now, two of the guys, if you look back at the thumbnail, I got two of the guys on here, Randy Gregory and J. Ron Curse. And on top of that, we can also say those two guys is a necessary sign. But there's a two folds to this thing. Two folds. One being that if you sign these guys, maybe they can change the directions of what we do in the draft. The other being, if we do not sign these guys, will that be the focal point that we do in the draft? Now, as far as the trade market, the Cowboys just don't do well in that department. We don't knock sock off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they knocked the socks off. We don't do that here. We don't. But we do draft pretty decent. Right? There's no way we can look at it and say, all right, hey, you know, what a horrible pick CeeDee Lamb was, right? There's no way we can say, man, what a horrible selection Parsons was, right? Or Trayvon Diggs, or even the guy that we gave the money to, Dalton Schultz and Gallup. All of those guys are decent trades. Decent draft picks. We have to sign them. This is the rumors for the Honey Badger 2. This is from Stephen Brown. Appreciate you. Let's pull this up. Let me pull up this. Pull this up real quick. Appreciate you guys. All right, so with that being said, let me see if I can pull this tweet up. It's Todd Archer. There's nothing yet with the potential trade involving La'el Collins. Like I said, we don't do a good job at trading. And if we do, it'll be, one of those situations whereas we will get this sound just like this. News out of Frisco, the Cowboys traded La'el Collins for a 5th-round draft pick, or a 6th or 7th-round draft pick. With the possibility to clear up cap space, the Cowboys are looking to sign Cedric Wilson. That's what we get. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys want to designate him for a post-June 1 cut that could come as soon as Wednesday, which would open up $10 million in room if he's released. Cowboys could find a home quickly. Collins could find a home quickly. I can't read. Let me drink some more of my coffee today. Good grief. So with that being said, Collins could find a home quickly. Why would you trade for Collins right now? When you already know that the Cowboys are trying to get rid of him, why would you trade for him? Anybody can answer that. Why would you trade for him, right? And you see that the writing is on the wall. And if no one can find a reason to trade for him, and then we pivot and we moonwalk back just a little bit, and we say to ourselves, all right, cool, we're going to keep you on the team for another year. What do you think Collins would view this team as, right? He will be looking at this team collectively and saying, man, this team tried to ice me, man. My heart is not in it. That's low vibrations. That's low energy. That's low energy. And that is what we've been doing with our guys. And I'm not saying that the Cowboys way is horrible, but it's horrible for business with the NFL, because other agencies, other free agents, players out there looking, saying, man, it used to be wonderful that I can go play for the Cowboys. It used to be marvelous that I get my name out there. It used to be. But now, if I go to the Cowboys, I'm now paired and linked to disruptive player. Don't come to practice on time. Don't block. Don't read defenses, or don't all of this negative stuff, right? He jaywalked. He didn't hold the door open for the old lady that was trying to get into the building. Washington says someone will pick him up. I just think Dallas need to move on. I feel you. Appreciate you. Good morning to you. It's a privilege, Law. This is from Stephen White. I feel you. All right, so let me refresh this. So the Packers, they are down to $18 million. But before the start of the morning, they was at $43 million over the cap, so they down to $18 million over the cap. So I'll be watching them closely. And the Rams, they're $20 million over the cap. Why I'm mentioning these guys? Because they shouldn't have a run at getting Bobby Wagner, right? These teams, the Saints, the 49ers, Packers, Rams, they shouldn't have a run at getting Bobby, right? And the Cowboys, we're right at $19 million strong. We are. It is what it is at this point, so we got to figure things out. Let me pull up this right here. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure. And so far, no other news hit. Let me pull up the free agent frenzy. Frenzy. I can't talk today. What's going on? Bam. All right, so Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, Jason Kelsey, he signs for a 1-year rental for $14 million. He's on his way out, but he got 1 more year. Carson Wentz acquired by the Washington. Those are things that we do know. Good morning to you, Jamal. Thank you for jumping in. Clowney for Gregory. I would take that. This is from Dutch. It just depends on who and what Clowney is asking for. LVE is gone. To what team? It's too high, right? I think that this is my honest thoughts of it. With Randy Gregory, who are already familiar with the Cowboys system and everything, I kind of pair Clowney more of the bendability and the skill set of Demarcus Lawrence. But I look at Randy Gregory more of the guy that's bendy, that can scoop off the edge, get that shoulder down, and create havoc that way. And when I look at Jadeveon Clowney, I just don't see the Cowboys trying to reintroduce a new player in their particular system. Now, one thing that I can tell you guys straight up, that whoever we go get with the extra money that we got, if it's on the defensive side of the coin, I'm happy. Because we got Dan Quinn. But I think that the Cowboys' plan and philosophy heading into the draft is to try to get none of these guys and only wait till they get to the draft so that they can then, in return, say, hey, these are the guys that we want. And I go all the way back to what Stephen Jones said about that we want our younger guys to take over from our older players. And that is what I believe the Cowboys are trying to do. Mary Lon, appreciate you for re-ing up the membership. I thank you so much for your love and adulation for the nation. What about Jerry Hughes as Cowboy, as Gregory replacement? Nah, Scotty, I don't think that would happen. Yeah, the production just isn't there for Gregory to warrant a nice contract. This is from NBM. So that's why that's why the Cowboys are looking at Randy Gregory, Cedric Wilson, Malik Turner, Jaron Kearse, who else? Malik Hooker, and DeMonte KZ. And they calling those guys bluff. And they saying, okay, test the market. Go seek better deals and better contracts. And if you don't like what's out there, then come back to me. It's a gambler's move, but this is our strong point. This will be the price that we telling you that we're going. No higher, no higher. We can go lower now. If you're willing to go lower, we can go low, baby. If this song get low to the window, to the walls, you know. I ain't going to say the rest of it. You guys can put that into your mind. But get low. You know, Law, what about Jarvis Landry? What is Jarvis' asking price? Because there are some guys that I've seen from this article, SB Nation, 5 realistic offensive free agent Cowboys could sign before the 2022 NFL Draft. One being Harris, Deontay Harris for the Saints. He's a speedster. He's a quick guy. He's a guy that I can say to you guys, hey, we need a kickoff, punt return guy. Let's use him. Let's bring him in for a cup of coffee. Right? Especially every day, those guys that's on the market before the draft, their price tag is going lower and lower and lower. The longer they sit on the market, these guys' price points are going lower, right? If no team pick at these guys, their price point is going lower, right? And then after the draft, it's really going to plummet. That's the reality. So he could be a guy. Deontay Harris, okay. Tariq Cohen. And before I get into more details of this wide receiver, we also have to plan around this right here. We must plan for no Gallup for week 1, no Gallup for week 2, no Gallup for week 3. So your only veteran receiver at this point will be Noah Brown. CeeDee Lamb. Simi, who's going into his second year, who really we can't say that he's a veteran at this point. So Jarvis Landry, yeah, he'll be nice too, but you probably need to bring in some new people in this thing too. Let that sink in, right? Tyreek Cohen, appreciate you, Maryland, for the donation there. The Cowboys need to keep Randy, and for Cooper, it was set in stone when he didn't get vaccinated, and he had to miss games. He will be missed. Yep. I think Cooper gambled too. Cooper saw the writing on the wall, and I don't think that the Cowboys ever came to Cooper to restructure his contract, and they definitely didn't want to push that can down the road. Don't care where the salary cap will explode to in the future. People do. Y'all write this down, and I'm going to speak to you guys for real. People do what they want to do. People absolutely do what they want to do. And if the Cowboys really wanted to keep Amari Cooper, they would have had him on this team. But people do what they want to do. It can be 3 degrees outside. And if you got free tickets to the game and it's outside, you'll figure out a way to be at that game with a poncho, a coat, some extra socks, some warm-ups, some thermal suits, some hot cocoa. You will figure out a way to be sitting in that seat for 3 degrees outside watching your team play. People do what they want to do. You'll figure out ways. But it can be 72 sunny. And at that same game, if you don't want to go, you'll look up and say, hey, it's a cloud in the sky, and I left my umbrella somewhere. I don't want to go to this game. Right? People do what they want to do. And when you're talking about billionaires, multi-billionaires, they do what they want to do. If they wanted to keep Cooper, they would have figured it out. Green Bay Packers, they wanted Aaron Rodgers to retire a Green Bay Packer. They wanted him to retire a Green Bay Packer. We'll give you $200 million, $153 million guaranteed. Oh, you want Devontae? We'll slap the franchise tag on him. And if he don't play for us, then he don't play for nobody. How about that? If he don't play for us, then he don't play for nobody. Now, I don't know whether or not it's exclusive or non-exclusive, right? But Devontae Adams is looking at it like, hey, I deserve to be the highest paid wide receiver in the National Football League based upon my merits. Who is held to a higher regard, Devontae or Aaron Rodgers? People do what they want to do. Law, but ain't Lamb Field though, bro. What you say, David? What you say? Law, but this ain't Lambeau Field though. Oh, okay. But hey, Tom Brady wanted to come back. Hey, come on back. Man, that's a different story of a different day. They did us fans dirty by releasing him. Mitch, I feel you. Who's Woods? Defensive tackle Woods. A.J. Abouye just got a release. A.J. Abouye primarily haven't been playing better than Antonio Brown, or our guy Anthony Brown, I meant to say. Dak needs to develop, cohesiveness with who he has worked with. I agree. I agree. They did Coop dirty by sending him to Cleveland. This is from Aaron Lewis. All right, so yeah, let me get to that point. And it's water under the bridge because Cooper is now an enemy. He's not a Cowboys friend. He's an enemy. He's a direct enemy. So wish him well with the Cleveland Browns, but outside of that, he's an enemy. I'm letting you guys know. There's no love in war, right? He's an enemy now. But by him not taking the discount or restructuring his contract, allegedly, they released him, saved $22 million, $16 million put in your pocket, and you don't have to pay the man $22 million. He probably pressed the Cowboys and said, well, if I'm released, I'm free on the market, no contract constraints, I'm going straight to the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, I'm going back to the Raiders land since they don't have Gruden anymore. Oh, I can maybe, just maybe, hit you right where it hurts at and go right to the Giants, right? They got a new offensive coordinator. I think Brian DeBall would figure out a way to give me the ball, and we can work something out that way. Maybe I can go back, though, and hit up the Washington Commodes. So many options if he was free. And the Cowboys thought, and they said to themselves, damn, he do got a point. And Jerry looked at Steven looked at Jerry. They gazed at their eyes. They probably picked up the phone, called their sister, and the sister called their half-sister, and they said, you know what? What can we do with this situation? So it won't come back to hunt us. Hey, can you get Jerry Jr. on the phone? Yes, I can. Jerry Jr., what you have in mind? It could come back to hunt us. Do you want to ask the half-sister? Nah, let's do this. Oh, Cleveland, I hear that you guys about to release Jarvis Landry. Hey, his agent spoke. We know it. To cushion the blow, we'll give you a 6th-round draft pick plus Amari Cooper, and once he get over there, we can restructure his contract on the back end because he's a new client. You want to do that? Deal. Let's go. And that's what happened. And they said, Amari, you thought that you was going to be able to pick your own poison. You thought you was going to go to L.A.? No, dog. You going all the way up to Cleveland. You going to Cleveland. And it's not Cincinnati, Ohio. You going to Cleveland, Ohio. That's what went down. And let me let you know, billionaires, we stick together. True story, by the way. True story. So the Cowboys heading into the 2022 season with the group of wide receivers that we have now, are we better? Are we better than what we were last season at wide receiving grouping? It's hard to say, right? It's hard to tell. But let me pull up Jarvis Landry. Somebody said, yeah, it was a true story, Law. Come on, that's where wide receivers go to die. He dead, homie. That's just what it is, man. I don't know how to spell Landry, but I'm going to try to put it in there the best way possible. Go ahead and go to it. Is it Jarvis? Yeah, I think I spelled that right. That's close enough. Pull up. There we go. Yeah, I spelled it right. Gold star for Law. 5 years, $75 million contract. He 29 years. So he's comfortable with 12, 13. So that's a no-go. Whatever contract you gave Michael Gallup is what the contract that Jarvis Landry is looking for, basically. It's what Jarvis is looking for. And my thought track to the whole situation that I don't want you guys to do. Let's stop this right now on March the 14th. Please don't put this as Gallup versus Amari Cooper. It's unfair to both. But it's extremely unfair to Gallup. And when I post the injury information for the nation on my Twitter, let me pull it up, I got a lot of hate mail from it. And that's why I said, man, it's hard to be objective in Dallas. You know, this was my, let me see. I said on this tweet, how to speak objectively about the Dallas Cowboys and don't come off as being negative, right? And then my guy, Patrick, with no C, Walker, said true objectivity is neither negative nor positive. It simply is what it is. The reader/listener applies the positive or negative to its thorough subjective interpretation. So do you. So neither here nor there. I said I thank the guy for that. He is the true voice of reasonings. But the reason why I posted that was because of this right here. I said, Michael Gallup, new deal with the Cowboys, 5 years, $62.5 million, which is basically 2 years, $27 million, because you can only look at the guarantee. You can't look at the other fluff stuff in the contract. And with that's basically 3 voidable years of his contract, basically, because the guarantee money is the guarantee. If I paid this man $30 million, right, just speaking collectively, I owe him nothing, because $30 million of it is already over the guarantee, right? So his $10 million that was signing bonus or whatever his contract hit, far as the salary cap lessens the wallet or what have you, regardless, his $10 million got to count toward this $27 million. If you do the quick math, $10 million out of 27, that's still over 62% of the guaranteed money. So the Cowboys owe less than 50% of his contract already. And we can already do the math, right? 50 and 50 equals a whole. So that's why I'm saying out of the top of my mind that it's a 2-year contract, just off of the relative quick math, right? But neither here nor there. The 5-year, $62.5 million is something that we can say that's a big contract. But my only thing is this contract got a lot of wiggle room. However, the injury of Gallup still a concern, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. And you can see that all of his injuries are all on one leg, right? And I ain't going to show you all of the hate mail. And they said, Law, you're being negative. Law, you're not speaking from a positive mindset. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, the contract is good for us because it's only 2 years. Jarwin contract was good for us, right? It was a small amount of years. But we end up losing out because the guy never played a game, basically. He played, two or three games out of his contract? So collectively, Jarwin contract was horrible. But neither here nor there. Speaking of Gallup, that $27 million, because what we're doing with Gallup is a hope. And I met Gallup multiple times. He's a wonderful guy. And I'm going to say this until I'm Cowboys blue in my face. Gallup is a wonderful person. But I'm quite thinking to you guys that the Cowboys could have taken that $27 million over the course of these 2 years, which is guaranteed, and apply it to the defensive side of the coin. Because there's no way possible, week 1, week 2, week 3, that Gallup, for the foreseeable future, is going to be an impact for this team on a positive aspect. Because he's going to miss all of OTA's training camp. He's going to miss all of that time of building rapport and continuity with the quarterback back again. And then even if he's ready, let's say he's a quick starter, right? Let's say he's ready by week 4. You got to take under the accountability of how many snaps he's going to get, and will he be football ready? Will he be in football shape? And what we got to stop doing is saying that, hey, Odell Beckham came back. Excuse me, what happened to Odell Beckham after he came back? He didn't finish the Super Bowl. And Odell Beckham and Gallup, yes, they're similar numbers, but they're different type of athletes. Tyrone Church says, I disagree. I feel you. And that's the point of being, a family, right? Auntie Shirley don't make the best spaghetti. But by her being Auntie Shirley and nobody want to hurt her feelings, they say, Auntie Shirley, you can make the spaghetti for the family reunion. And then there's always somebody that will speak the truth, and they'll say, hey, man, this dude is hating on Auntie Shirley's spaghetti. What we going to do to him? And I'm just telling y'all, hey, I'm tired of everybody scraping the spaghetti in the trash can. And that is what the Cowboys been doing with their contracts. I just feel that this right here, Tyrone Church, I feel you, man. And, I love you, bro, But we got to say to ourselves, Gallup missed 9 games in his tenure with the Cowboys, and we just don't know. We don't know. So we are paying for hope. That's all I'm saying. It's time to rejuvenate the offensive line. Quit lying to ourselves. Here's the situation as far as the offensive line. Here's the situation. I think that Travis Frederick retirement hit us by surprise. Knocked our legs out from under us. I think that Zach Martin, out of that front 5, is the most solid piece on that offensive line. But we can see the tea leaves. We can see things happening right before it going on, Right? We can see those things happening. Connor Williams, that was a piece that we thought that instead of him getting these penalties left and right, we thought that, he would be the guy that could be that staple piece. Remember this, Cowboy Nation. Offensive linemen play for 10 to 12 to 13 years easily. And Connor Williams can't make it to his second contract. So we got to go back into the drawing pool or draft pool and draft offensive line because we do not like guys outside of the organization. And if I can find that article, shout out to K.D. Drummond and shout out to Patrick Walker with no C. Those guys, when they write these articles, beautiful information. But K.D. Drummond had an article out there, I'm paraphrasing, that the Cowboys love their own players and they award their own players before they look on the outside. And they run that just like a mom and pop business. When they draft you, they look at you like family. Right? They look at you like Auntie Shirley. They look at you like that. The one that's not the in-law. That's a better way I can put it. So Auntie Beverly, she don't have, I'm just making up aunties. Auntie Beverly don't have a real stance in this. But if Shirley, who is a part of the family, got the bloodline in them, and Beverly is one of the in-laws, and it's time to make the spaghetti, they're going to lean on Auntie Shirley. But everybody's saying, hey, Aunt Beverly, can you make some of that? Can you make some of that spaghetti? I like the way you put a little cheese in it, you know. So when it's time for the family reunion, nah, the committee don't want to hurt Shirley. We going to re-up her to fix the spaghetti. Well, thank you for, that's what it is. Watch, I'm just telling you guys the truth, man. That's what I'm just telling you guys the truth. So that's why it's hard pressed for the Cowboys to look at J-Ron Curse, and they looking at LVE, and they sitting there like, hey, we can re-up LVE probably. And I don't know where LVE is at. I'm just using this as an example. LVE homegrown, baby. We don't know too much about Curse. Let's put his feet back to the fire, you know. All right, so here's the other thing before I play this audio, and I can't stand these guys, but you know, sometimes I listen to these guys and I give you guys my thoughts. But let me see this. The Cowboys should hit up Zadarius Smith. He's not homegrown. And Zadarius Smith, when he got arrested, it was on the back page of the news for his arrest. But if he played for the Cowboys, it would have been all over the four corners of the universe or the multiverse. And that was another thing that I pulled up too, you know. And shout out to my guy Eddie, you know, because I said the Packers have agreed to a term of 4-year extension, basically $52 million, $65 million over 5 years or what have you, and a chance to making $71 million. And we knew of the Packers situation. They just signed a multi-million-dollar deal, almost $250 million to Aaron Rodgers, right? And then they went and they cut Smith and they re-signed this Smith, which is cool. I'm not dogging him for that. But you guys noticed when Smith got cut, there was no sullying, no denigrating, no news, no full-out network saying that, hey, this guy got arrested for marijuana charges or what have you, and he was a cancer in the locker room because he was hitting people at the plays. He didn't play on certain days or what have you. He had Tuesdays off, but he wanted to play on Thursdays and practice on Thursdays, but he didn't practice and all this stuff. You don't hear that coming out of Packers camp. And that's what I was saying. Zadarius Smith. I don't think the Cowboys would pay his salary because, for one, he's not homegrown, and for two, Zadarius Smith want too much money. And there's teams out there with big checks, you know, the Colts, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Seattle Seahawks, the Jaguars, and the Panthers, and the Bengals, and the Raiders, and the Bears got a gang of money that they can throw around at Zadarius Smith. Because we would take him, but he would have to take the discount. Aaron Lewis said, somehow, and I'm not trying to, look, I'm just telling you guys how it is. Y'all want me to lie to kick it to you? I ain't going to do that, but it will sound like this. Yeah, the Cowboys have the the best chances of picking Zadarius Smith, and we can put him on the edge. We can not re-up Randy Gregory. Matter of fact, we can absolutely do this. You cut D-Law, you save some money, you pick up with that money, you pick up Zadarius Smith, and with the other extra money, you pick up Randy Gregory. And now, boy, you talking about a smoke shop. Baby, we can get to the quarterback, blaze him, and then I'll be playing this all day.
Smoke weed every day.
Big B King 29 says, yeah, Randy owe us. Yeah, he do. He do. Appreciate you, Kong. Appreciate you. Thank you on the Facebook groove. 22 free agents Dallas should be targeting. Christian Kirk, I agree. I love this little list you got, man. Let me put some agreements down here. Let me put some agreements. Carlton Davis, semi-agreement. Emmanuel, okay, I agree with that part of it. Let's go to Devondre Campbell. I'm in the middle of that one. Marcus May, if the price is right. Marcus Mariota, I'm in agreement with you on that one. Bring in the quarterback outside of Benjamin DiNucci. You can't paint a world where you say that Benjamin DiNucci have a higher upside than Marcus Mariota at this point. O.J. Howard, yeah, bring him in. Who else on this list that I see that's noticeable? Trent Brown, that's too much money, fam. DJ Jones, I can live with that. That's a good list, Con. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, got a couple more minutes here. Let's play this audio. But first, before I play it, I've been trying to play this audio for a minute. Hold on, let me do this. Appreciate y'all, man. One love to the nation. Appreciate you. Make sure there's any more news out there. Let me see if there's anything on there. Yeah.
Tank's agent didn't even speak with the Cowboys at the Combine, from our understanding, and I guess that's what was he going to say? Tell them to just bleep off again? But I mean, where are we right now with this Tank stuff? Is it basically a foregone conclusion as well as Amari that both of them are gone now, or is there any chance to salvage this with Demarcus Lawrence?
I think ball's in the court of the Cowboys now at this point. They wanted the pay cut. They're not going to get it. And so at this point, it's, a determination of, okay, so what do we do? Do we cut him pre-June 1? Do we cut him post-June 1? Do we see if we should just go ahead and restructure and, balloon up his cap hit even larger than the $29 million it is in 2023? And so I think those are the things they're kicking around right now. I think that everybody involved at this point expects kind of a clean release pre-June 1. But again, that one's been muddier than the Cooper situation. If the Cowboys can find a trade partner for Cooper, they'll do it.
This just sounds personal. This just sounds personal in the market.
That was an older clip. So, yeah, Bobby Belt was right on the money, though, with most of this. Shout out to Bobby Belt. Be sure to check his Twitter out. Let me see what Bobby Belt then tweeted out so far. Shout out to Bobby Belt. Bobby. See if he got anything. Colts officially hired Reggie Wayne as their wide receiver coach. Shout out to him. Oh, my gosh. All right, so I think you want to be a Cowboy. Okay. Don't see any more up-to-date news on this. Let's go right here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. All right, so let me go right here. Appreciate you guys. Let me see if I can pull up the Cowboys IG page. If I'm a better man, LV is coming back. If I'm a better man, and that's just how it goes. Let me see, Dallas Cowboys. Bam. Yeah, I was looking for that, so I don't see nothing on the Cowboys page. And if the Eagles sign Hassan Reddick, shout out to them. Malik Hooker is staying. Who's the good guy to find and follow this stuff? Wide receiver Christian Kirk is going to the Jacks. Where to find all of this good stuff at, man? Let me see. Because NFL, they don't really pull it up fast enough. When I pull this up, it's all old stuff. NFC East, they don't update it quick enough. Okay, now they did it. Okay, I guess. Hassan Reddick signed a 3-year, $45 million deal that includes $30 million fully guaranteed. Okay, that's a good player for them. That's a damn good player for them. I liked him coming out of college, and the few things that he did on the professional level. We'll find out what he would do against us when we play him, but that's a good pickup for them. All right, so we did sign somebody. Jake McQuaid re-signed to a 1-year deal, veteran minimum. Okay. All right, so Khalil Mack, of course, All right, Orlando Brown received a franchise tag. Okay. Agreed to a 1-year deal. Harold Landry signed to a 5-year deal. Dang, 52.5 guaranteed. So if you Randy Gregory, you're looking for something like that. You're looking for a 5-year deal. You want 50-something million guaranteed. You're going to say, hey, I want the Harold Landry package. Okay. Jeff Driscoll, baby. All right, let me see who else. They said something about the Raiders, right? Brian Hoyer, he's still playing football? Okay. Chase Edmonds, I saw that earlier. All right. So this site it's okay. This site is okay. Let me share it with you guys. It's okay, it's just a little slow. You guys are faster than this site. You guys are faster than this site. Daxton Hill is not that good. It's from Choctaw, Montana. Landry is better than Iceberg Q. Landry is available to play. He's more available. Daxton Hill, I got to judge Daxton Hill in a Cowboys uniform, not in the Michigan. I don't know what he would look like on this level, but I feel you though, Choctaw. Give me Jaquan Brisker though. Give me a Kyle Hamilton. Give me one of those guys. All right, so this is what I was looking for, Quandre Diggs. So he did agree to a 3-year, $40 million deal. I really wanted him. He had 5 interceptions last season, and he just seems like, for a strong safety, he just seemed to be always around the ball. And I was thinking, like, Diggs and Diggs. So shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. They got a lot of money now, They do have a lot of money. Hastie's, he's a good running back. So, this guy ran with some authority when I was looking up some of their film. Hasty. James Conner agreed to a 3-year deal, $21 million. Okay. The Cardinals, man, they got a steal out of James, though. James is a hard runner. I like his ability to catch out of the backfield as well. So that's pretty good. So they pretty much signed Ertz to a 3-year deal. Not bad. Chris Godwin, we already knew that. 3-year extension for Jake Matthews. The Matthews guys always play good. All right. We already talked about Preston. I'm just looking through all of this stuff, man. See if I see any name that tickle my fancy. Max Crosby, of course. A 4-year, $98 million. God dog, Max got some money now. All right. Harold Landry. All right, so Christian Kirk, that's the guy that I liked. Would like for a cup of coffee here, but he signs with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay. Cam Robinson. Okay. Cam. All right. 4 years. Okay. So they going. Look at they going offensive tackle, offensive guard, O-line, then trench guy. Okay. Let's see. See the franchise tag. Okay. I really don't see anything else. Who else tickle my fancy? So that's about it. Yeah, I read that, Tyrone. Yeah, they closing in on a 2-year deal. Let's pull this around. Let's see what they got so far in this news. I'm really want to know like what that contract would look like, That's what I can't wait to see, the language of that contract. Let me see if they got anything out here on that. No results. Okay. Well, Honey Badger. No other news so far, but yep. What they talking about on Shanahan? Crap tough. And let me check one other spot, just in case I missed something. Y'all bear with me. Come on now. Work with me. No, they silent over here. Appreciate you guys for jumping in. Thank you guys for being part of this episode. Let me see if this changed. Still the same. Where my doggone Cowboys at? So we got $14 million. There we go. We got $15 million if you round up. So we got $15 million. It takes anywhere from about $6 to maybe $7 million to sign. Well, I take that back. It depends on how they prorate and all of that stuff when the new year hit. So it takes about at least $5 million to sign your rookies or what have you. So we'll find out, what the Cowboys would do. I don't see any big expenditures from the Cowboys. I think that we're going to roll right into this draft. We're going to roll right into the draft the guys that we probably looking for as far as need, right? And I don't think, you probably go with BPA in the first round or maybe the second round, but they're going to be looking to fill holes and needs through the draft, and they've been doing a decent job with that. It's just on the back end of the contracts that we don't will and deal better. We need to will and deal better. Shout out to you, Gerald. Thank you for re-ing up on the YouTube. Appreciate you. And they're going to try to figure this thing out, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate y'all for jumping in. Thank you guys for watching. There will be some more videos throughout the day. Got to get back to the job over here. Appreciate you. Draft time for your mind, baby. After the draft, be patient, Cowboy Nation. There's always some teams are going to release more and more players for cheaper. We going the cheap route. So by us going the cheap route, you can probably find a matching suit somewhere down there, That's what it is, draft time. Nobody is more optimistic than the Cowboys during this season, right? The draft time for your mind, and I can't wait for it to happen. This is when legends are born, right? Legacies are created. Hey, look at Parsons. Nobody out there right mind last season on their draft board was saying the Cowboys need. Shout out to you, Malone 82. Cowboys need a linebacker. No. They were still saying offensive lineman. Some was still saying defensive lineman. We fooled around draft Parsons. That was good for us. So see how it goes. Law, they cut Jarvis. Yeah, I've seen that, but Jarvis want $13 million. You got your Jarvis Landry already out of Gallup. So Jay Lombardi, appreciate you. Thank you guys for jumping in. Look, like I said, we can all disagree on some things, right? We can all agree. But at the end of the day, we all love the Cowboys, right? That's the reality of it. Shout out to Auntie Shirley. That's a make-believe auntie, by the way. But shout out to her, and shout out to Auntie Beverly. Aunt Belle, baby. Yo. Let's go. And remember this, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. Let's go. We do need some safety help. But we're gonna pick that out after the draft if we don't find a guy in the draft. Yo. We've been needing safety help for many of years now, Cowboy Nation. Let me know if I'm wrong. Riddick is a monster. Stop playing. Appreciate you, though. I feel you. Riddick is a monster, but he ain't no Parsons. Come on. Come on, Cowboy Nation.
Check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I've been really in the field. Let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.